Well, we know we can apply quick styles to existing content in our Word documents. We can also modify quick styles. We can create our own styles, even create our own style sets. That's what we're going to do as we continue working with our Company Bio document, Company Bio 3. If you're jumping to this lesson and you need to catch up, so as we look at title Company Bio, we click inside it. We notice that it's the title style that's being used to make it look and the way it does. What if we like that, but we'd just like it to be a little bit smaller? One way to modify the style is to make the change first. So let's go over to the left-hand margin, click next to Company Bio to select it, and now let's just bump it down a little bit. So we'll bump it down to 28, and maybe that's the right size. Notice that there is a styles drop down here as well. When we click that, notice that we can create a style, we could clear formatting or apply the style. None of that allows us to actually modify or update our title style. So what we need to do is, once we have all of our titles selected and modified, is to go up here to our style section of the ribbon and click this little guy in the bottom right hand corner. So this opens up the styles pane and you can see title is selected. If we click the little drop down button to the right of title, here's where we see an option to update title to match our selection. When we do that, our title has just been updated. So now when we apply this quick style to any content in our documents, it's going to look the way it does here in this document. We'll see it better if we go to one of our headings, like mission statement for example. Notice that is heading 1. Let's go to the left margin, we'll select it, and let's say we want to make that a little bit bigger. We'll bump it up to 22 and maybe bold it. That's a perfect looking heading, and we want to update heading 1 now by doing what we did with our title. Just go to the little drop down arrow that appears when we hover over heading 1 on the right hand side. Update heading 1 to match selection. When we do that, look what happens to all of the headings in our document. They all get updated. Beautiful. So that's updating existing quick styles. What about creating our own? Let's just scroll down. You can click anywhere in the document or deselect anything that might be highlighted. We'll go to clothing here, we'll select it, and again this is inside a text box. So when we click inside the text box, we can click and drag over our content, and maybe none of these actual quick styles is what we're looking for. We want to create our own style. So all we do is click create a style. Now if we do this, we'll have to apply the formatting. If it's looking the way we want it, perfect. If we're not quite ready to create, we could make some changes. I think it should look a little bit bigger, so let's bump it up. We'll go up to 12 points. Bold and italics is fine, but I'd like to change the color as well. Let's go to a dark green at the top of our theme colors. Now we're ready to create the new style. From here we have some options, of course. It's no longer showing the pop-up formatting tools, so we can go over to our styles pane, for example. As we move down to the bottom left corner, here's another way to create a new style. So when we click that, you'll notice the formatting is already there. The name is Style 1 by default, but we can call it whatever we want. I'm going to call it secondary heading. Notice the style type is set to paragraph, so it will be applied to entire paragraphs, including return. That's great. We click OK, and now anytime we want to use that on something else, all we have to do is select our text. It's a quick style that will now appear on our list of quick styles on the ribbon. It also shows up in the styles pane. If that's open, we can select it from there. Kind of cool. It doesn't really apply to what we have selected, so let's undo that and continue from there. So we can create our own styles from existing styles, modify, and we can even create our own style sets. So if this group of styles is something we want to be able to use for other documents, of course we can create our own style set. And that's what we're going to do by going to the Design tab though this time. Now from the drop down here for our list of quick style sets, you'll notice we can save as a new style set. So everything we have here with all those changes can be saved as its own style set. I'm going to call it my own. You can call it your own. When we click save, we now have a new style set to choose from. Now you have to hover over it to actually see what it is. Click the drop down, it allows you to see all of our built-in and custom style sets as well. There is David's style set right there, no longer need it. Of course you can right click and delete, which I'm going to do. I really don't need my own style set like what I have here in Word 2013. We'll close up our styles pane. That's a quick look at modifying, creating styles and style sets that you might want to be able to use in any Word document you create here in Word 2013.